I just read a story about a woman whose husband and I believe her son were murdered while they were missionaries in another country. These tribal people murdered her husband and her son and the rest of the men that were in the team. You know that she's living there with those missionaries now? She went back and shared the gospel with those people who murdered her husband and her son. And she's back there now, and those people are saved because of her forgiveness for them, that she forgave them by faith. Now that's a stretch, right? I'm thinking, maybe I can forgive Tanya for what she said this morning. But you don't use it for digging. But when I think about somebody, forgiving somebody for murdering one of my loved ones, or somebody that I love or care about, right? That's a whole different story. And if that woman, by faith, can forgive those people, we can forgive the people who harmed us, right? We're only able to come to God by faith. We can't come to God by our works. We can't come to God by what we do. Only by faith in what Jesus Christ has done. 2 Corinthians 5:7 says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." You know that faith is more important than your circumstances? Whatever you're going through right now, whatever you're looking at, whatever that wall is that's in front of you, whatever that mountain is, faith is more important than your circumstances. I don't care what your life looks like right now. I don't care what kind of sickness the devil's trying to put on your body. I don't care what kind of disease you think you have. Faith is more important than your circumstance. I don't care what's going on in your relationship, in your marriage, in your relationship with your kids, with your parents, whatever's going on in your life. Faith is more important than the circumstance. And faith is the seed that will make the victory grow in that situation. Faith is greater than reality. We don't walk by what we see anymore. We walk by faith. When you go to work in the morning, or you go to school, and somebody says, well, this and that, and this is just impossible, and how do they expect us to do this, and get that done, and do all this, and I got to read this, and do that. Oh, well, I'll do it by faith, right? That's why we don't have to complain. If God can make the sun go backwards in the sky for 3 hours, without us flying off the earth, right? I think He can slow time down a little bit so I can get my 5 chapters read today. Or whatever it is I have to do for school or work. Faith is more important than reality. Faith is greater than reality. Faith can alter the events of the natural realm. Amen. Faith can alter the events of the natural realm. Faith can change what's going on in the natural. Faith can overcome sickness in your body. Faith can overcome your circumstance and your situation. Faith can overcome your poverty and your lack. Whatever's going on, faith can overcome sickness. I had sickness trying to, Tanya and Alyssa got sick. They were knocked down for 2 weeks. That sickness tried coming on me. I said, I will not believe this. Right? I think part of it, maybe I was testing God, but He came through. And I had symptoms, right? The devil will put symptoms on your body and say, oh, you're starting to, snow's starting to get, oh, you just coughed. You just sneezed. You must be getting sick. Right? And we start to believe the sickness instead of believing God and say, when were we healed? By His stripes we are healed. You're already healed. Amen? Well, I don't feel healed. Well, believe. Believe. You know, and I lay down to go to sleep and I'm coughing and I'm like, Jesus, I know You took this for me at the cross. By Your stripes I'm healed. And then a thought says, it's just a cough. It's not like you're dying. Right? I'm like, yeah, but I do need to sleep. But I reject that thought. Right? And I stop coughing and go to sleep. Because faith is more important than that sickness. If you feel sickness in your body today, you're healed. And when those symptoms start to come back, I'm healed. I believe that I'm healed. By the stripes of Jesus, I am healed. I believe that I'm healed. Your financial situation, I believe that it's taken care of. There's no lack. God has no lack. There's no lack in heaven. What's God lacking? You think God can't pay the bills? His pockets aren't empty. We have many examples in the Bible of how faith is greater than reality. We have 3 Hebrew boys thrown into a fiery furnace that didn't even have the smell of smoke on them when they came out. We have Daniel, who was thrown in the lion's den, that the next morning when they threw a family, and the families of the people who got him in that trouble in the first place in there, they didn't even come to the ground before they were gone. We have Moses that parted the Red Sea. We have the walls of Jericho that came tumbling down. We have David, who killed the giant with a stone and went and cut the giant's head off with the giant's own sword. Can I borrow your sword for a minute? So I can finish you off? By faith, right? By faith, we can face impossible circumstances. And we have example after example after example in the Bible. All the people who came to Christ for healing, He said, your faith has made you well. Your faith has healed you. Your faith has saved you. Because they had faith. And they believed that Jesus was who He said He was. And He was able to do what He was doing. Their faith was more important than their circumstance. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It matters what you believe. Amen? Don't look at the physical condition. Don't look at the condition. Don't look at the symptoms. Look at Christ on the cross. What did He take away at the cross? Everything that is a result of sin. What's a result of sin? Your sadness, your sorrow, your pain, your sickness, your lack. Everything that you don't have that's good is a result of sin. Your shame, your guilt, your unforgiveness. When you sin and fall short, believe you are forgiven. If you're a Christian and you sin and you fall short, believe you're forgiven. You don't have to get forgiveness anymore. Believe in your forgiveness. Believe that you are forgiven. Have faith that you are already forgiven. God, I can't believe I did that. Thank you that I'm already forgiven because of what Christ has done for me. I don't have to crawl across broken glass on my stomach for 3 days and punish myself and beat myself up because Jesus was already punished and beat up for me. Amen. Amen?